Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the three of us talking shit. My name's Jordan. I'm joined with,
Alec,
And Robbie.
and
Marky
you'll
Boy
notice
is
that.
not here.
Sorry.
Marky Boy is not here today.
Oh yeah, I didn't even bother mentioning him.
Whoa,
He's
he's
has
just not here.
he's on his, as Rob called it last week, man period.
I was not referring to Mark when I said this, but it does accurately describe the situation.
But you notice I didn't mention our name, and that's because we've had a little crisis and have decided to switch up our name. We're currently stuck right now. We're stuck with name pending. That's what we're going to
Yeah,
stick with, and we would like some help from our listeners, all 10 of them. So yeah,
So
it'd
this
be
week's
great if you.
challenge to all the listeners is first comment gets to choose the name. And you're
no,
probably
no,
thinking,
don't.
wow, there's so many comments. Who's ever going to get it? Well, in fact, there's only ever been one comment, and it has been by the staff at this podcast. So as long as it's someone else, they've got the name.
don't
Yeah,
don't promise that. It could be a piece of shit name. So
nah, fuck
yeah.
it. If it wins, bro. Who knows? Next week,
No,
we
what if they call it like the fucking pro Taliban podcast or something?
then I'll block the fuckers.
Why not? Then we know we have a direct fucking line of contact,
Yeah.
and we can tell them they're shit cunts.
We
With
we
with the
popular in
terrorists.
Afghanistan or something. I know we're not. I know our name is like changing everything, and our gimmick is not really drinking anymore. But are you guys drinking? Because I am.
Yeah, I am.
I'm having a bit of a juice cleanse, and by that I mean I'm just not thirsty. I'm all good.
All right. Jordan, what are you
Fair
doing?
enough. I'm having Coke and Midori. All I can
Hmm.
find.
Keeping
I'm having
it
a fun.
classy. He says
Madam.
he says that's all he could find. That's because that's all he buys.
Mum's. Thank you very much. Found it in the cupboard. Don't know whose it is. Now I know it's Mum's. She yelled at me.
I'm having a Bundy in colour.
Oh my god, that's like
Yeah.
cool water mixed with fucking asshole juice. That's disgusting.
It's like not bad. I was on sale, I think. Yeah, I like to just get different shit when I go to the fucking BWS.
Honestly,
There's a
if I
reason
went
why
to
it was on
BWS and I
sale.
saw it was on sale, I'd pay them to fucking hide it. It's just so bad.
I didn't find the bear, by the way. You know,
Oh,
that was,
I was at work one day, right? And this guy comes in. He's like, "Oh, I'm a rep for the company that fucking supplies, venues with all their alcohol and shit." Yeah. And we're just getting to chat, and I was talking to him for 5-10 minutes or so, and he goes, "Oh, I've got all this merch stuff at home. Like, I just can't get rid of it. Places don't want it." And I was like, "Oh yeah, what do you got?" And he's like, "Oh, I got this big Bundy bear." I was like, "What?" Yeah, it's like 6 foot tall, it's a big plush fucking Bundy bear. And I'm like, "Oh, no way, I want it." I was like, "Well, fucking give me your address, man. I'll come around, I'll get it, or bring it in, or whatever. Just I want it." And he goes, "Oh, okay, yeah, sweet. Like, I've got like 3 of them. I need to get rid of them." Like, "Oh, next time I'll come in, I'll bring it with me." Okay, sweet. That was about a year ago. I've never seen him since.
oh.
I don't know if I've been lied to. He got sacked for giving away free merch or attempting to.
He's a
But-
good mascot, that Bundy bear.
He's really held up.
Yeah.
Is he the best mascot for beer though?
It's not beer, Jordan.
Not beer, it's rum.
Well, for alcohol, sorry. Scratch that. Is he the best mascot for alcohol?
Probably.
I don't think there's many others. Like there was Pure
Yeah,
Blonde with all the doves and fucking the blonde people.
Well,
Oh,
Cap Morgan has the captain.
Yeah, I guess they don't really make ads with him, do they? I don't think I've ever seen him.
There's not a lot of mascots for alcohol because, like, mascots usually are marketed towards children.
I guess you can't really have a mascot because that means you're like promoting alcohol. And I don't think they work. I think Australia is the only country that really pushes it hard.
I think we're one of the only countries that stopped promoting of alcohol. So you go over to America and you watch like the Super Bowl, all the banners around the fucking the football stadium are fucking Bud Light.
Oh, that's right, because we switched to fucking promoting gambling.
Oh, you're not allowed to gambling.
They still promote alcohol at sports.
Yeah, but it's like if you go to Suncorp, they've got like Ladbrokes and Sportsbet on the fucking logos.
Yeah, there's so much fucking gambling companies now.
I think it's illegal in other countries to promote gambling, isn't it?
No, it's not. I was looking at like the English Premier League jerseys, and I swear like half the teams are sponsored by like different like gambling sites.
Yeah, no. But I think it's illegal to like promote it, like show ads and shit. In some countries, I don't think it's like.
I really doubt that.
Well, when I went over to Scotland, like the amount of Ladbroke stores, similar to what our old TAB stores used to be. Like, they used to be like on every other street, and now it's one every couple of suburbs. Like they're kind of hard to find because it's all online now. But over in Scotland, they're still everywhere. You walk down like to your local shops that's got like a hairdresser and a fucking $2 shop. There's a Ladbrokes there too.
Ladbrokes ain't really that popular here, eh?
But what isn't?
Ladbrokes isn't really that popular here, eh?
Yeah, it is.
That's
Ladbroke
the
and Sportsbet are like the big ones here.
Mm.
TAB's fallen off, like, because Sportsbet made it so much easier.
No, TAB is still like the king, I guess. It's just like the default one that people use.
Oh, it's because
I
like
guess
if
it's
you
'cause
go to a pub, they're the ones that are
yeah,
like
it's
really
there.
available.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But still, I mean, that's where they are. Although I guess they might have fallen off in COVID. People don't go to pubs anymore.
I think
But I'm a
gambling as a
sport.
whole would have fallen off because of COVID, though.
Oh,
No, people are probably gambling their lives away now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
well, I mean, the first lockdown we had, pubs obviously had to close throughout it, so people weren't able to go get their pokey fix. And then, like the next 2 weeks after everything reopened, pubs across the state of New South Wales, at least anyway, were posting the biggest numbers that they had ever posted. Like they were breaking records left, right, and center because people had like saved up all their fucking job seeker money and whatever else. Like they just didn't have a weekly outlet of blowing it. So then they came and blew 3 months worth of savings in fucking 2 weeks.
Fuck, I miss going to a pub.
So do I.
And you worked there.
No, not that pub.
Oh.
Well, I'm kind of glad I don't go to that pub, but the one of my locals, man, it's so much fun just going down. Like all the staff know me by name, I can me and my mate go down there, have a few beers, play a few games of pool. There's even darts out the back that they're sometimes there, sometimes not. I think they judge on whether or not we're sober enough to fucking play the darts, but it's just an all round good time.
I've always preferred pubs to like nightclubs and shit. What I want to talk about. A couple of weeks ago, you guys ever seen that movie Field of Dreams?
I haven't. I have heard about it. I know there's been some like minor spin-offs of the original, but I haven't seen the actual movie.
Yeah,
One of my dad's favorite movies. So
it's like one of the more iconic baseball and sports movies in general. It came out in the 80s, I think. I've never seen it, but I've heard about it a lot. Basically, the whole movie is about a guy who builds a baseball field in a random cornfield in Iowa, and by the end of it, like actual Major League Baseball players come to the field to play a game there. And a couple of weeks ago, the Major League Baseball in America, they actually played a real game in the Field of Dreams. Like there was an actual like made field. The players would
it was in a cornfield and that, you think?
Yeah. They have like an actual cornfield and everything. It was like in Iowa. I think it's where they filmed the movie. I'm not quite sure on that, but like.
Oh wow, we actually went to like that extent. That's crazy.
Yeah. Just for like one game too. And baseball, they play like hundreds of games a year. And
was it the intention to like glorify the movie, or is it just like, oh shit, one of our stadiums crapped out for whatever reason, let's go fucking play in a cornfield?
Yeah, I think it was like a nostalgia thing, like kind of a celebration.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty sick. I like that.
Yeah.
I know Blue
nice.
Mountain State, the TV show, they did a bit of a rip off of it. Like one of their episodes, something was going on and they weren't sure if they were going to get to play the game or not. Then one of the players, he went and got high and fucking carved out a field in the cornfields, and then they came and played on that pitch. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, fuck. It's just so crazy. It's so crazy how a movie can just do that. Like get the $1 billion baseball company to like build a whole stadium. It wasn't like a big stadium. It was like just a kind of a normal pitch, but just build a ground to like play an actual game there.
The nostalgia does that though. Like there have been a lot of movies from like ages ago that like, shit comes out of that movie only recently. Like is it Nike or Adidas? Which one was the one that did the fucking shoes for Back to the Future? Nike, wasn't it?
No, it was Nike.
Yeah, and Nike made those shoes that were like, they're not like how Back to the Future had it, but they're pretty close.
Yeah, they're really rare too and expensive. Yeah,
they're fucking expensive as shit. But like again, people pay for that because it's nostalgia. A lot of people grow up watching that.
Do you remember back then when the date of Back to the Future is like, well, I think it was like 2015 they went back to? I remember
Yeah.
back when 2015 was coming. I remember like some people were trying to make hoverboards.
Yeah, I
Well,
remember
that's
there
the
was a
thing.
thing going around on the internet. They were like, "Oh, hoverboards are going to be invented in a week."
They're like,
Didn't we have a version of hoverboards though? Like it was just a segue about the fucking
yeah, but like
actual.
people were like actually trying to make like actual hoverboards that actually
Yeah,
hover.
but wasn't that called a hoverboard? And
Oh
it came
yeah,
out in 2015.
that's cheating. You can't do that.
No, but didn't it come out in 2015, or am I wrong?
I don't
Oh, I
fucking know.
couldn't tell you when it came out, but
They weren't really
definitely
hoverboards.
not in the spirit of like an actual hoverboard.
Yeah,
That's
I get that, but I thought like
like
that
jumping
was
up
how
in
they
the air,
marketed
flapping
it.
your wings, and fucking saying you're a bird. Like it's not really the case.
Like I thought that's how they marketed it though. Like they were like, oh, this is the new hoverboard in 2015, and I could be wrong. I could be way off, but I thought that was the whole point of calling it the hoverboard because it was based off the movie style.
Well, it's not even the movie style. The movie style was like a skateboard just without wheels, like an actual
Yeah,
what you would
it was
think
like
hoverboard is.
it actually,
No, 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 no.
hovered.
Yeah. Like I'm not saying like it was like a hoverboard, but they used it so like they used the marketing and shit like that and called it hoverboard to cash in on what the hoverboard was in Back to the Future. I could be wrong, but
It's cheating.
I'm close
Fucking
to.
Star
I
Wars.
think I'm close to being right. So I think that's why they called it the hoverboard, even though you weren't actually hovering, because it was a segue about the handles.
Yeah, but it had fucking wheels. It doesn't hover.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I'm saying. Like, I thought that's why they called it hoverboard, like to try and cash in on the Back to the Future hype. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could just be talking fucking.
What other movies like influence real life like that?
The only thing I can think of, like that comes to the top of my head, is like the flip phone that came from Back to the Future. Like they
I don't remember that.
showed a futuristic phone, and they were like, "Oh, flip up the fucking lid." We're like, "Wow, look what we could do." Or like, they continued on with their movie, and then the world was like, "Oh my god, such a brilliant idea!" And then they came up with the flip phone. Obviously, now that's outdated, but that was a innovation that came from it.
I thought the. Oh no, wait, that might have been Motorola. There was a flip phone that Men in Black invented, and then Motorola made it the Razor.
Oh, maybe it was Men in Black. I thought it was Back to the Future. Maybe it was Men in Black.
Because I know Men in Black had that flip phone, but I
There
always
had
thought
to
it
have
was
been flip phones before Men in Black.
the first Men in Black was '98, wasn't it?
Yeah, there had to be flip phones before then.
Like I think there was normal flip phones that were in the car and at your house, but I don't think there was a mobile flip phone.
There had to have been. That's not that long ago.
There's I know there's old BMWs that have like a weird flip style phone in the car itself. It looks like a fucking an old school fucking tiny Nokia flip phone. But I don't know if there was such thing as a flip phone before Men in Black. Or maybe Men in Black popularized
there were
it.
flip phones back in like 2000 or before.
Yeah, because I know I think Men in Black popularized it because wasn't flip phones like kind of that's kind of cool until Motorola released the Razor, and then that's when everyone was like, holy shit, like.
I just googled it. The first flip phone was called the Motorola StarTAC. Came out in 1996.
There you go.
That might have been the phone they used in fucking.
Men in Black came out in 97. So the phone came out 1 year before.
I mean, it makes sense. How would they call each other in the movie? Someone had to build the phone.
Yeah.
Well, you've got like the futuristic movies, like I think it's Space Odyssey and shit like that. I think that's what it's called. Where they're like space exploration.
2001: A Space Odyssey or something.
That's it. Yeah, like they think that's what the future is going to be like. But it never gets there. Like obviously we have those movies as well in like our generation, and we never get to that. Like we'll go past the years, or we're getting close to the years it's supposed to be, and we're nowhere near where the movie is. But also in saying that, like we might not be that far off. That
The Simpsons predicted fucking everything.
Nah, The Simpsons. That's actually kind of a good one. The Simpsons predicted quite a lot of shit. They predicted 9/11. I think they didn't predict 9/11. They just didn't have enough capability. They say they didn't have enough capability to put the towers in the back when they went to New York.
No, they had the towers.
Did they?
Yeah, there was like a scene where Homer was like, he
oh
was eating
yeah,
that fucking kebab next to the Twin Towers, and he like had to, he had to go to the bathroom. He like went up to the top floor or something. He had to come back.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And then they had Donald Trump winning the election.
No, that's bullshit. That did not know. That art style is like a newer episode. There wasn't actual prediction where Lisa said when Lisa was like they had like a one of those grown up but in Lisa episodes, there was like was it a vision or something? And when Lisa's the president, she's like, "Oh yeah, we're still recovering the economy or something from President Trump." So that was like an actual prediction they made. But we're not talking about predictions; we're talking about actual influence. And
Actual
one of
influence
the
I'd like to see would be like the teleporter or something from Star Trek. You know, how they can just like beam people down. I would absolutely love that.
Stargate, the fucking gate that you go to fucking different planets and shit.
So that, okay, I can see why you'd want that. I feel like that's a very like high risk, high reward kind of thing. Like you don't know where the other gate is, so like you could just walk out of it and then be in space, and then like, oh fuck, I can't get back to the gate, and you're done.
Mate, this way you have to just throw fucking. Oh, actually, I shouldn't say that. I was gonna say throw a bunch of monkeys out there, but that's animal cruelty.
Well, I mean, look, in the '60s they did exactly that to get to the moon. So what's the difference?
2001: A Space Odyssey came out in 1968, by the way.
Mm. And in 2001, we were too busy fucking.
Bro, I was coloring in dinosaurs. I was like 5 years old.
Yeah, I was like 6.
I'm trying to think. Like, did anything significant happen in 2001?
9/11.
No, besides that,
Pretty significant, dude.
I mean, good, not bad.
Yeah, just like the biggest event in like history.
Yeah, but that was the worst event. Like I'm saying, like, did anything good happen? Like, did we have any technological advances in 2001?
Dude, we were watching cartoons back then.
Yeah, exactly. 2001. I don't know. Pokemon started at 7:30 and not 8 o'clock now. Fucking, I wouldn't tell you.
An actual like influence from a movie, the Mighty Ducks. They like the NHL, the National Hockey League of America made an actual Mighty Ducks team.
Yeah, bro, I'll go for them. The Anaheim Ducks.
Well, they used to actually be called the Mighty Ducks, like when they first came in.
Doesn't matter. Call them the Mighty Ducks. Call them the Anaheim Ducks. They're still fucking shit.
You an actual hockey?
Anaheim in fucking Canada?
No, Anaheim's in Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's in Los Angeles.
Okay. All right, I'm wrong.
That's where Disneyland is.
Oh, okay. Yep.
The Anaheim Ducks. They had a great season this year. The first year I started properly watching because Rob was getting involved as well. So
quack.
Yeah. Ice hockey is a beautifully brutal sport. I absolutely love it because as much as the actual game is like fast paced and fun to watch, they just beat the shit out of each other, and they like the ref gets involved, man. Like not to fight them, but he like holds everyone back. He's like, no, let these guys go. They've even got their own rules, bro. Like as soon as someone touches the ice, okay, fight over. Like, bro, it's got more like it's better fights than you actually see in like modern day boxing. You want to watch fucking Mike Tyson versus whoever that other old bloke was?
Like Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley.
Well, Tyron Woodley's a wrestler, bro. It's garbage. It's just some YouTube influencer who thinks he's a good fighter.
And he's fighting a wrestler again.
He's an MMA fighter, isn't he?
Nah, Tyron Woodley's a wrestler. Oh yeah, but he's more of a wrestler. He's not really a puncher.
Right, so I'd like to see someone like fucking McGregor go up against Jake Paul. I reckon that'd be a better fight.
Yeah, but no, fuck McGregor. Fuck him.
Well, it's the best of both worlds. Whoever gets knocked out, you got to see them get knocked out.
Going back to the movie influence thing, another one that I just remembered. Remember when? Oh, we obviously don't remember because we're too young. But when Jaws came out, that caused like everyone to be scared of the beach. Do you remember hearing about this?
No,
but I mean, I can say that I'm like kind of afraid of the beach because of like sharks and stingrays and shit.
Yeah.
Bro, I was petrified of fucking stingrays when Owen died, bro. I didn't want to go anywhere near the water.
Didn't Owen die in like 2010 or something?
2006.
Yeah. I was in primary school. I didn't want to go every time. So we used to have a fucking family thing. We went down to Gunnamatta Bay in Cronulla. And from that moment when Steve Owen died, because there was some stingrays there, I just never went in the water ever, like fucking for ages, for like 5-6 years. I was petrified. I thought like stingrays actually killed you. I didn't know that was like a freak accident. Like they're a harmless creature, but I was just petrified of them.
Do you remember where you were when Steve Owen died?
Yeah, I was at home. Like it's like I just started like getting into Steve Owen as well when he died. So I was like, oh fuck, this guy actually died. And then hearing how he died, like a guy who wrestled crocodiles died to a stingray. I was like, stingrays are scarier than crocodiles. Fuck this shit.
I was at my school athletics carnival, and I was in a shit. Like I was driving home with my dad and my brother, and I was in a shitty mood because like I just lost the big race because like I dropped the baton or something, and like I was in such a shitty mood, and we were listening to the radio, and I heard the guy say, "Oh, Steve Irwin has been pronounced dead," and my mood just shifted immediately from fucking angry to just sad, man. He was such a hero, man. One of the best people.
Yeah, he was. It's
I
kind
think
of weird, like
his kids have really taken over that role though, and his wife as well. Like, mad respect to all of them. They've all kept all their like animal conservation projects and stuff still going. And then like almost immediately after Steve's death, Vindy like stood up and took the spotlight. And then as Robert grew up, I think he's like 15 or 16 now. Like now
yeah,
he's
Mindy was
doing
Mindy
all the
took over.
shows at the is it Queensland Zoo or something that they do? Australia Zoo?
Australia Zoo. We went past it when we went up to Queensland. We actually stopped for a bit. We couldn't go in, but I took some photos.
Next time we go to Queensland, we're gonna go. Like,
I became
like I don't know. I love animals. I don't like them in the zoo because like, you know, it is kind of a bit weird seeing him in a zoo and not being free. But at the same time, I ain't going to Africa. Fuck that. So, be nice to see these animals.
a lot of the animals that are in zoos. Okay, granted, some of them have been like just straight up stolen from their habitats. A lot of them now are more into conservation stuff. So like this particular animal wouldn't have survived out in the wild, so they've captured it, rehabilitated it, and then because it's been in captivity for so long, for whatever reason, it just wouldn't survive out in the wild. So that's when they put it into exhibits or pens or whatever you call them.
There's also a lot of animals that are in zoos that like even like back in the wild though they're getting decimated by hunters and shit. So like,
oh, absolutely, rhinos or whatever. They're fucking a massive portion of the rhinos that are out in the wild. I think there's only like 1,000 or something left, or a particular.
Yeah, there's not a lot.
Yeah, they've all had like their horns chopped off or like gouged out because of the ivory and shit that's in there.
It's not a lot. It's sad because like the tigers are getting copped hard as well. There's like
a lot of their deaths is coming from habitat destruction. They like chop back the forests and shit, so they have like nowhere to hide and live. And so the more that like, because they're very solitary creatures, so like or very territorial, I should say. So like, when one crosses onto another, they end up fighting and fucking whatever. Then there's hunters as well in the mix. So all of it combined on each other just fucking wipes out the population. Very sad.